Hi there everybody, this is David, and I have some good news and some bad news here. Whenever I went to bed last night, Gung Ho went on Twitter and they were like, hey, we have a huge announcement going on for Trails in the Sky's second chapter that's going to be announced tomorrow. So I went to bed and I was like all excited and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see, what's going on. Maybe we're going to get the release date. Maybe we're going to get some more information about Sky 2. Maybe they're going to talk about what they're going to change, if they are going to change anything, if they're going to fold third chapter into second chapter. Maybe we're going to get some information, on the game. So I woke up this morning and I was like, what's the news? What's going on here? And they announced a Golden Wings edition, which is, a collector's edition for the game. We didn't get a release date. We didn't get any sort of information on the game. All we got was this Golden Wings edition, which is a really cool edition. Don't get me wrong. But again, I'm kind of conflicted on this right now. And I do want to tell you all about that because there's a lot going on here. So first of all, the pre-orders are available right now up until March the 8th. So the pre-order window is very short. We're talking like, 10, 12 something days in order to pre-order this thing. And it does come with a steel book of the game. It comes with a glorious and Aerocell model diorama, which is just absolutely gorgeous. It is insanely gorgeous. It comes with an art book, it comes with the collector's box, and it comes with a mini soundtrack CD. So looking at all this stuff, you're like, okay, wow, this looks really cool. And whenever you are looking at a Trails Collector's Edition, you probably kind of have in the back of your mind, NISA's Collector's Editions that come out for roughly $100. And they have pretty much the same stuff in it. They wouldn't have this massive airship model diorama thing, but they'd have everything else. It'd have a steelbook, it would have a mini soundtrack CD, it'd have a collector's box, it would have an art book, it would probably have maybe postcards in there, maybe some sort of acrylic stand or a clock or, something else like that. And it would cost about $100 or so, which would be roughly $30 more than just, the normal game itself. So it's not that much of a stretch in order to get it. So then you're looking at this and you're like, okay, this looks really cool. How much could this possibly be? Maybe it's like 125. Maybe it's like 150. No, it is $275 if you get it for the PS5, Switch, or PC. $280 if you get it for the Switch 2. And you're like, whoa, oh my gosh, that is so expensive. That's like more expensive than like the Final Fantasy collector's editions, more expensive than some of like the Dragon Quest collector's editions that we've gotten, which are massive and huge. And this is a very niche series, so I am very surprised about that. $5 more for the Switch 2 version because it is not a key card. And one good thing that came from this is that it's not going to be handled by limited run games. Because me, personally, guess who is still waiting on their Bracer edition from the very first game? Yeah, from the first game, I still don't have it. Like, that's limited run games in a nutshell. I still don't have my Bracer edition for the first game from limited run games, and now they're trying to sell, this thing for the second game, but hopefully PM Studios is going to be, more with it, more on the ball. This is by Panox Store at PM Studios, not by limited run games. And I was looking at my orders to try to see if there's any kind of updates on it or anything, and the last update I got was on the 19th of February, where they're like, hey, it's ready, but it's not shipping yet. And I'm like, great, well, that doesn't tell me anything. We'll let you know whenever it's shipping. Then I went through and I was like, oh yeah, I ordered this thing as well. I ordered the Tensei no Uta Angelverse collection, which is actually available digitally right now on the Nintendo eShop, but they're not going to be shipping this thing to me until either July 1st through September 30th. So that's a huge window, and they're still not shipping that to me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, and I don't want to double dip. Like, I want to play the games, but I don't want to double dip and buy it on the Nintendo eShop, what if I've already purchased it physically on limited run, but I don't want to have to wait a freaking year for these things to come in. It is just unbelievable to me. And then, if you think that it's, a lot to be $280 for this collector's edition, You ain't seen nothing yet, because that doesn't include shipping. That doesn't include taxes. By the time that you're all said and done, you're pushing $400, and that's like the price of a console. That's like the price of like a Switch 2 console for one collector's edition. This is insanity. When did we allow collector's editions to become this expensive? You know what I'm saying? Like, they wouldn't do this if people weren't buying it, if people weren't supporting it. This is incredibly expensive. This is unfreaking believable. And yeah, it's cool, but like, oh my gosh, it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm looking on Twitter, and people are talking about it. Unileska, one of my really good friends, she goes, I would love this, but damn, it's almost $500 Canadian for her. Then we have other people saying, how is shipping to South America $420? Yeah, it costs more to ship it. If you live in South America, it costs more to ship this thing to you than it actually costs for the collector's edition itself. They're showing a grand total of $832 if they were to purchase it in South America. Like, that's unbelievable. Then they're talking about over in the European Union. It says, since when does 275 euros equal 275 United States dollars? Like, it doesn't. The euro is stronger than the dollar. You know, it shouldn't cost the same amount of money. And on top of that, there's an extra 20% tax for Europeans as well. Shipping in America, just the cheapest shipping option at all is $50. Like, this is unfreaking believable. It should not cost this much money to get a collector's edition. Yeah, the collector's edition is cool. Yeah, it's like pretty freaking amazing, and I'm glad that we're getting it, but at the same time, this sucks. You know, I don't know how else to put it. Like, this sucks. The pre-order window is tiny. So if you need to like save up money for it, you don't have a whole lot of time. This kind of came out of nowhere, and then they're like, you know, sticker shock. Hey, it's $280. Oh, wait, well, we didn't talk about, you know, the tax that you got to pay. We didn't talk about the shipping cost that you got to pay. Oh, and if you're in Europe or South America, you're screwed too. Like, this is wild. Hopefully they get this under control, because like, we are so, I don't know, I don't want to say spoiled, but I do want to say that I expect a collector's edition to be roughly $100 or so, because that's where NISA prices them, and that to me is a good price, and they keep it all together in this nice little box, and you get all sorts of really cool stuff. The only thing that you're really getting out of the ordinary with this particular collector's edition is the model diorama of the airships, and is that really worth another $180 plus the extra shipping plus the extra taxes? Like, I'm sorry, but I just don't. I will have links below if you wanted to get this, but I just had to make a video about this because I'm just like, I was thinking about this, and I was talking to some of the content creators out there, like Emily Orbology, and we were kind of going on about this, and like, this is insane. This is wild to me. So I want to make a video about this, first of all, to let you know that this is available, because the time period to order it is so small, but secondly, just to like let you know about sticker shock and the pricing, and in today's economy, it's like, whoa, what is going on here? So now I want to hear from y'all. What do you feel about this? Are you going to be getting it anyway? Are you going to be protesting this and saying, no, 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 that's way too much? Let me know how you feel about this in the comments. And as always, have a good day.